Before anything else, allow me to introduce myself. I am Frelin Sanchez, third year, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. Now, if you hear the word evolution, what comes to your mind? Growth, changes. Alright, before we're going to find out what is the definition of evolution, let's realize first its etymology. Evolution is derived from the Latin word evolutio, which means unrolling, from the verb evolvere, which means to evolve. This was first used in the 17th century. Interesting, right? So, what is evolution? According to Oxford Dictionary, evolution is the gradual development of something, especially from a simple to a more complex form. To start, let's find out what evolutionary leadership theory is. Evolutionary leadership is a capacity to mobilize oneself and others to consciously and effectively redesign worldviews, cultures, and institutions for a more just, sustainable, and flourishing world. This particular theory argues that humans possess specialized psychological mechanisms for solving coordination problems through leadership and followership. This simply implies that this type of theory believes us as humans have an ability to develop our lives and society as we evolve, and this nature of us is associated with change and development. In evolutionary leadership theory, there are 7 competencies given. The first one is the personal evolution, which is a competency that supports leaders in developing a complexity of consciousness and a new worldview through becoming a different kind of observer of the world. In our history, we have seen that our leaders are commonly led through conventional minds. That is according to Keegan, 1982. That is being influenced by their tribal mindset. The outcome is they put their personal background, their culture, and they consider them as a reference to deal with the world. Now, in the personal evolution, this encourages the new leaders to have soul and self-effacing potential to lead, highly relying on their development as human. The next competency is the emotions and generative language. Evolutionary leaders use the power of emotions and language to bring forth new realities. According to Maturana et al. 1996, this competency invites leaders to master their emotions in a way that sets the foundation for healthy relationships, for caring, for seeing the other as a legitimate other, and develops philosophical understanding of language and its relationship with emotions, which facilitates conscious articulations of new possibilities and empowers leaders to declare bold stands and purposes for a just, flourishing, and sustainable world. This denotes that it allows leaders to harness their feelings and their thoughts to lead the people. Moving forward, the third competency is the system thinking. As we see, we have to be aware of the reality that we exist within a multiplicity of systems. Natural systems, living systems, social systems, and technological systems, to name a few. This competency enables learners to see systems, design new ones, and influence towards systemic sustainability. It also disciplined individuals to view the entirety, not just the parts, but to unearth the dilemmas in a world, in a whole system. Additionally, the fourth competency is the systemic sustainability. Whether we admit it or not, most of us think of sustainability exclusively as an environmental issue, right? To clarify, systemic sustainability defines sustainability as a macro-complex system made up of 3 important subsystems: environmental sustainability, human sustainability, and institutional sustainability. Each one of these subsystems supports the existence of the other 2, which makes all 3 subsystems mutually interdependent. Together, the 3 subsystems bring forth an emergent complex new system. Sustainability is a coherent property that supports the well-being of all 3 systems. Moreover, the next competency is the ontological designing, or a discipline for consciously designing our life worlds, our institutions, our products, our processes, and ourselves, as they contribute toward the futuring of sustainment of life on this planet. That is according to Fry in 2009. Second to the last competency is adaptive work and collaboration. An adaptive challenge is a challenge that involves a disparity between values and circumstances. That is according to Heifetz in 1994. A challenge in which learning must occur for an effective solution to be found. Our world today is full of adaptive challenges, and our leaders often misdiagnose these challenges and treat them as technical problems that they think you already know the answers to, which causes the problems to persist. Global poverty, hunger, climate change, energy, nuclear proliferation, and many others are examples of adaptive challenges. The last competency is the evolutionary vision, scenarios, and wisdom. This competency supports leaders in understanding our evolutionary history as living systems and as human beings. It also invites us to develop wisdom in order to make the right choices for our future. Wisdom asks us to consider the importance of those actions, the choices, and the long-term consequences of our actions. To sum up, there are 7 competencies under evolutionary leadership theory that are composed of personal evolution, emotions and generative language, system thinking, systematic sustainability, ontological designing, adaptive work and collaboration, and evolutionary visions, scenarios, and wisdom. Generally, these competencies sharpen the implications of an evolving world that is relevant in leadership. On the other hand, according to Albert Mohler, every great leader is a great teacher, and the greatest leaders seize every opportunity to teach well. If so, it is beneficial for us to have an adept understanding of what leadership is in the field of education. That is what we call teacher leadership, especially as we are future teachers. To set the ground for this another concept, let's discover first what is teacher leadership. According to McLaughlin and Lee 1988, teachers typically define a career satisfaction in terms of their ability to be of service to others and make a difference in the lives of their students. Similarly, the leadership considerations of teachers are grounded in their desire to improve the quality of teaching and learning for all students. Hence, teacher leadership refers to the activity where educators who simultaneously take on administrative roles outside of their classrooms to assist in functions of the larger school system. In spite of the fact that roles continue to expand, little is known about the teachers who take on leadership roles and their experiences. Several recent studies have attempted to document the lives of teachers as they confront the challenges of leadership. These have shown that while leader teachers typically find their new roles and responsibilities enormously rewarding, they also encounter a variety of constraints and tensions along the way. Now, what do teacher leaders do? In one of the most extensive studies on the work of teacher leaders, Lieberman, Saxe, and Miles 1988 focus on what teachers actually did when they assumed leadership positions designed to provide assistance to other teachers. The authors found that the work of leader teachers was varied and largely specific to the individual context of the school. In order to be effective with their colleagues, leader teachers found it necessary to learn a variety of leadership skills while on the job. Those skills included building trust and developing rapport, diagnosing organizational conditions, dealing with processes, managing the work, and building skills and confidence in others. Moreover, school leaders concluded that restructuring school communities to incorporate leadership positions for teachers will require teacher leaders to take certain actions. These include placing an unjudgmental value on providing assistance, modeling collegiality as a mode of work, enhancing teachers' self-esteem, using different approaches to assistance, making provisions for continuous learning and support for teachers at the school site, and lastly, encouraging others to provide leadership to their peers. Lastly, there are various benefits teachers can gain in terms of being part of teacher leadership. This mainly includes personal gains, as recent studies have shown that leadership positions can yield significant personal benefits to those involved. Also, teachers would be able to foster intellectual and professional growth as they would acquire new knowledge and skills and collaborate with others. Aside from that, this decreases isolation as teacher leaders would have an opportunity to work with others outside of the classroom and amass great exposure with their social environment. Furthermore, it teaches them to confront obstacles and learn to negotiate new roles and relationships despite constraints. Besides, this allows teachers to define their roles. Here, they are given a chance to create and shape their own roles, receive more support, and experience greater success. More so, it will develop their time management skills as they have dual roles, which are both teacher and leader. Through this, they are forced to be accountable with their time. Lastly, it improves reveals irrational norms, activities, and an egalitarian strategy of teaching. This will serve as a medium for teachers on how they commit themselves for the progress of the whole school system by dealing with the ongoing issues. As encapsulation, today's discussion highlights the features of evolutionary leadership theory and teacher leadership. Evolutionary leadership theory is a theory that suggests leading while associating the realities of a constantly changing world and adapting them for development. However, teacher leadership is an activity that provides teachers an opportunity to exhibit their full potential in leading and to be a catalyst of change of the school community. As I end this discussion, I will leave the words of Andy Hargreaves that all teachers are already leaders. It's in the nature of teaching. By that, it is a challenge for us as future teachers to be great leaders in the future, and in order to be that somebody, we have to start doing something great today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something from me. God bless everyone.